recording. Do any of you guys have any questions or anything we want to start off with today? Or anything you guys want to get some clarification on?
Can you go over how you mark those zones, those gray areas?
Yes. Let me get an empty chart for you. So remember, when I'm looking for my zones, all I'm looking for is the areas, put it right there. The areas between my last previous high and the high before that, or I'm looking for the resistance area and any area above that makes sense, right? So if I identified this resistance and this resistance based off of the highs of the candles, and I just drew in a box, I would have my supply area right here, right? And then I just go ahead, move my lines down. You can continue drawing them or move them down. You bring this down or right here. Let's see, this one makes a bit more sense. We start looking for the remember now how we were doing this, Jillian? How I'm looking for the highs or the lows. So if I'm looking for my demand, I can go based off of the low and the previous low before that. Or if I'm looking for my supply, I go based off of my high and the previous high after that.
Okay.
Go here to here, from here to here. We can go all the way up here, but it doesn't make as much sense as if it would to here. If you pay attention to when the market breaks out and retests here, and then it hits here, comes back down. This was that day. You guys remember that day when GBP AUD shot up and then came back down and then shot up and then came back down? That was like earlier in the month. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Right around FOMC. Another thing that's catching my attention, Arthur, I know you were asking me about GBP AUD and Jose, is I'm seeing this type of head and shoulders pattern right here coming in. So that may be our first confluential confirmation here that we may see the market make its move down even further to where we want to see it. This zone, overall, I would love to see it hit 1.80 again. It'll be nice to catch that move. But as we know, GBP AUD, before she goes up or before she goes down, she's gonna come back up. Let's see. I like this zone right here. So real quick, let's grab our Fibonacci, just kind of have an idea. Where we're at. So it failed to break the 78.6. So let's see how this plays out. Let me see. You know what's making me feel hesitant with GBP AUD, maybe that we may see Sunday and Monday happen? Since I trade on the forward chart, should I continue? Yes, you can do both, either the daily or the 4 hour, whichever you feel most comfortable with, Arthur. What we may see happen is GBP AUD try to come back up to like this 1.85 area between Sunday and Monday. Anywhere between that mini zone here is a little important zone I'm keeping an eye on right around here. If she comes back to try to fill up these wicks here, we can see it possibly make that move down. I want to see what news events we got for GBP this week.
I think AUD's on Monday.
Is it?
I believe so.
Yeah, there's tons of USD news on Monday and Tuesday too.
Yeah.
Let's look. Yeah, not much news, so we may just see straight price action this week. Just good to have. AUD news may affect it. That'd be something to keep an eye out on. I mean, overall, I want to see some of the following moves, and I'm gonna write them down here so we can keep track of them. I don't want to see the market break past further. Cannot.
It's already getting pretty sticky. That's a good sign. That's what you want. And then I'm going to spread this out. Sort of in a rectangle because I'm going to cut this into bars. I've known Robert and Vicky and Karen for a long time. I've known Karen.
Where's Louis? Lucho, what's good, bro? I know this is your first time with us. I want to kind of go over like the way I kind of do things on this side. One of my biggest things is I don't classify myself as a breakout trader. I feel I pay attention to a little bit of everything. But one of the key things that I look for is the breakout of a structure, breakout of a trend. And one of the things I teach is, the difference between a breakout and a fake out. When you log on to the online back office, you'll be able to download the cheat sheet I put together. And I'm sure you probably learned this in the past, but if you haven't, I'll go over it real quick. What I look for is anytime the market breaks past, let's say, a resistance, a zone, a trend, or anything, we always look for the retest to confirm that breakout. Anytime we see the market break out and break back in, and the market comes back and retests that price or that zone or that channel or trend that it broke out of and came back into, we always want to see the retest to confirm that as a fake out. So, for instance, if the market was going up, broke past the resistance area, right, and it came back into the resistance area and retested, then we'll have a confirmed fake out towards the downside, right? Meaning the market's going to just continue going down. Some examples of that is right here. Here the market faked out, came back in, retested, came back down, retested again. So if we paid attention to the zone here, all the market did was fake out, come back, retested twice before she ultimately dropped. You understand? What we look for is confirmation of that. Here's another example. Here's the market coming up. It faked out, came back in, retested, and dropped. The way we look for structure amongst the uptrend and the downtrend as well. I have these slides for you if you need them as well. If the market was going from an uptrend, the way I teach these guys is I pay attention to the 3 touches of a trend. After that 3rd touch of a trend, I'm paying attention to if the market breaks that trend. The way I know that break of structure or that breakout is confirmed is when the market comes back and retests the last previous highest low point. Once we see that, I understand that the market is no longer on an uptrend and is now on a downtrend. And we have our two confirmed lower high points at this point. And at that point, that's usually your best area to sell after the market breaks that structure. You know, an example of that is, let me see if I find one for you. Let's see. Why am I having such a hard time finding it? Here's a good example. Sorry about that. So this is a nice reversal pattern as well, the rising wedge. After the market makes a bullish move. Let's see who's typing. No, don't worry about it. So here's our last highest low point here after the market broke. And here was our retest. And as we can see, after the market cleanly retested that price point, it's tweaking out today.
Yo, J.O., I got a question.
Talk to me.
Since GA, it moves pretty fast. Would you like trade it on like in the 15, 30-minute chart?
Yeah, remember, I never enter I don't enter no position.
No. I'm not talking about entering. I'm talking about like just looking at the chart now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you see like a double top on the 15, you know what I'm saying? Like, would you consider, okay, like, because you know some people look at the hour and the 4 hour to see the like long-term trend? Would you trade like in a 15, 30-minute on the GA since it moves really fast? Like you could catch like about like 200 pips on double top on a 15-minute?
Yeah, anytime I scalp GA, I'm always keeping an eye on the 15. Correct. Yeah, you could. I mean, but it's good to understand. Remember, no, it's not the long term. Just the areas of reversals on a longer time frame, like the 4 hour, the 1 hour, because on the 15-minute chart, you can get kind of like with how fast and how volatile GBP/AUD is. You can kind of lose track real quick.
Right.
Of your bias, actually, but again, it's just identifying your important areas of prices. If you focus on like what the market is showing you as opposed to what you want it to do, then yeah, right after on Thursday, I scalped GBP/AUD. I successfully traded this drop from here right around here to where it's at like 10 times. I caught the first drop, I closed it, caught the second drop, closed it, caught the third drop, closed it, caught the fourth drop, closed it. So it's really about like, catching that precision of your entries that you guys always want to look for. It's just looking for the retest of those breakouts or the higher lows or the lower highs, really. Let me see. Let's look at gold for now. XAUUSD. Good old gold.
Yeah, my daughter looking at charts already. Look at that. It's gonna be a rip 12, B.
Yeah, that's a nice, man. Imagine if we would have held those gold sales. You guys want to test gold again this week?
Yeah, let's do it.
We're looking at a potential head and shoulders here. Let's see. Leave this open. Oh, you like gold because gold paid, right? Sal Armeli didn't like gold. Let's see. Let's identify our important levels. Javiana la dura, mira. Hi. Hello.
It's like what he said earlier. Do you want to trade? You want to trade? Oh, she felt like she said no.
What was that? Double bottom? Double bottom? You said double bottom? Yeah, double bottom. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Making sense. Yo, I think we selling gold this week, man.
That's why I brought it up, man. Seen the crazy head and shoulders.
Yeah, nah, so here's the game plan though. There's a lot of USD news this week. So what you can see is the potential of the market push its way back up. What I think it's doing is it's kind of respecting this level here. So we may see it push from here to here. Was that 113.15 again? And then we may see it drop. If it does not break this zone here where it's at, then we can start seeing it push down. So
what about the dollar? What about the dollar chart? Because they both kind of go together.
Yeah, the DXY, yeah, we'll check that out in a bit. Let's see. I want to check out some other stuff. Let's see. NZD. No worries. Have a good day, Salah. We'll catch up later. Wow, she really hits this level, man. I'm gonna call Goldman Sachs myself and tell them to SMD. I was talking to Pedro. I was talking to Pedro, my boy Pedro, and we were talking about gold, and he was telling me, you know, when I was calling sales 2 weeks ago, he was telling me that we were predicting like earlier in the year that we're gonna see gold come back down to this price area. You know, it looks like for people who like patterns, like a big teacup here. What we may see it do is come back and retest this area here, and then we'll start seeing the push up. It ties back into the Wyckoff theory I was teaching you guys just now. Let me delete this bit. It's kind of in the way. And we know by now how strong gold can push. So what we can see is if it breaks from here to here, this would be the retest, or as we call it's actually called the jump the creek. Let's see. I'll get to that one right now. So this is called jump the creek. So it starts forming that cup, and we usually see the market come back and retest the support of that accumulation area, or that resistance for that, where the price is actually accumulating. But when the market comes back down, that's actually support again. That's what we want to see, the market come back down, retest that, and then we'll start buying. So if this is correct, we can see the market hit this price point here and then start shooting up towards the upside and, retesting all these prices that we have drawn out. Another reason is that I don't know if you guys recall when we were talking about patterns in the online course. I was telling you that, usually when there's an inverted head and shoulders in the market, usually there's going to be some sort of inverted head and shoulders. At support, at resistance, there'll always be another head and shoulders pattern. So here's an example of that. Here's the inverted. Here's the head and shoulders. And remember, you guys don't want to get caught paying attention to this horizontally. You want to always look at all channels for potentials, because at the end of the day, the two shoulders are just the retest of the fake out, or the head becomes the fake out of the channel. And usually that's the first sign of the market coming back, retesting and dropping. See that?
Yeah. Jose, while you're doing that, when you finish that one there, can we go to the right side, to the first one over there? I just want to ask you about that one as well.
Correct.
Because that's what I'm having problems with, my head and shoulder location.
Go ahead, talk to me.
You got the channel there, okay? Mm-hmm. The shoulders usually is inside. So with this bottom here, the two bottom touches here in that channel,
this could be the head and shoulders here. That's why price dropped steeply here. You see it here? Let me show you. There's two potential head and shoulders here.
Okay, that's what I wanted to confirm. Okay, I see that right. Okay.
You see why we always want to confirm what we see, because there's two potential. There's this one. We probably already saw the drop in this one, right? And now we're probably seeing another one here, or this is just simply a bullish rising wedge, right?
Okay.
A bearish rising wedge where the market faked out of here, came back, retested, and now we'll start seeing the reversal back down. Either way, we have confluence on the market showing us potential dropping here with gold. On top of that, if I just grab my Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, the market failed to break the 78.6 here. So when the market fails to break the 78.6 mark, we'll always expect slow retracement back down, right? So that's another sign of confluence. On top of that, we have the fake out, right? We have the fake out here. We have to fake out, the retest, come back up, shoot up. This could also be classified as distribution up here. One of the things out there that you'll hear me talk a lot about is distribution. and accumulation. They're one of the most important confirmations I look for, because at the end of the day, even though we're on the 4-hour chart, when I get back on the 15-minute chart, it's easier to detect accumulation and distribution in this sense. So you see how we were talking about the potential of it going up before she comes down?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a good example of that, right? Here's our accumulation point. Here's our accumulation point. The market faked out, right? We need a retest down here, and then it could potentially come back up. The
Now,
important.
when you say accumulation, are you talking about it's same as the term ranging or congestion? Is that what you mean by?
Yeah, it's just consolidation at support.
Consolidation. Okay, the same thing. Okay.
Consolidation at support of the or demand, your demand area.
Gotcha.
So I remember my rule of thumb is I only trade when I enter a trade. I'm looking at the 15-minute chart. You understand? I'm looking at the 15-minute chart because that's where I'm going to enter where I will get my cleanest entry at all times. You understand? When we look for the factor of how the GBP performs this week and how gold is performing this week, one of the important roles that we got to pay attention to is how the dollar's also performing this week, because there's no index for gold just for the fact that it correlates with certain currencies,
Mm-hmm.
Which is it? Is it the Aussie? What currency correlates with gold right now? I can't tell you at the very moment, but I really don't pay much attention to the correlation in that sense, but I do pay attention to the fact of how if we're expecting a weak dollar this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And gold is tending to be weak as well. That can also tie into the fact that we may see gold come back up before she makes this move down. Hence, what happened last week or the week before when it failed to break past the 1,300 price point and then shot up to around 1,325 and then dropped finally. You remember that?
I don't know about the gold part.
So here's where we had a failed structure when the market shot up, came back down, right? It failed to break this price point over here of 1,300. We had a failed break of structure over here. Once we had that, one of the key things I told everybody was if we did not see the market break past 1,300, we can expect the push back to the upside. So we got caught in this right here. I don't know if you guys remember. We got caught in this here, and the market actually made its push up, came back, retested the top of the zone here, as you can see, shot up, failed to break past this zone. Why? Because all this was the retest of this fake out over here. You see it? See the fake out here? And then the retest here? What was the market's reaction after that? High volume drop here. Lots of move down. So I would love to see gold continue dropping. That's my thing. Where our best position, as always, will be what? If we're gonna sell, Arthur, what would be our best position? Our resistance, right? So
yes.
What important levels of resistance are we approaching? Is it better to see the market retrace back to 1,300? Or if we break this zone down here and retest, if that's going to be our best entry? You understand? You see where patience comes in this sense?
Yeah.
Kind of waiting for confirmation here. So we'll be keeping an eye on that.
I never traded that gold. You give us signals sometimes for the gold?
Yes, gold, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll have to, like I said, I would wait the signals, until I can catch on to it.
Ripple, we're seeing Ripple broke past this trend line here. It came back, retested it. And we're looking for, I'm currently trying to sell to the 3.60 area right now. I'm on sales right now. but I'm keeping my stop loss around like 3,200 around there, 32 cents, just in case it does retrace on me. So that risk to reward ratio is, let's see.
Is there something different between this gold and the regular Forex pairs or something? Because you mentioned stop loss on this one.
This is just cryptocurrency, Arthur. This is not this is Ripple. This is a cryptocurrency, and it's just, you know, it's way more volatile than Forex, or like it's more volatile than GBP AUD times 2 in a sense when it moves. Like she'll give you 4 or 5
That's what I
thousand.
wanted to confirm.
Yeah, she gives you 4 or 5,000 pips in, like, you know, in a few hours when you catch it right. So
Okay, I'd be cool on that one. Okay.
I'm mentioning this because I know Jose, Lewis, and Jomar were on this trade with me.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at like about 500 pips potentially on like, that's where I would close out my trade. I don't have a stop loss. It's just where I would close out my trade. But I'm looking for like about 1,000 pips on Ripple to go down.
Mm.
It's been ranging here in the zone here. Let's see. Yeah, we got a nice little pattern here showing us a potential drop. Ripple likes to do this this fake flag that it always tends to do. It would make like these highs, come back, retest the fake out of those highs, and then just drop. Always does that, you see? So it's one of the things I'm keeping an eye out. See how it did it here? Shot up, came back, retested, drop. Came up, shot up, came back, retested, drop. Let's see. Yeah, do you think? Let's see. Let's look up the dollar index now. Lewis was asking us about. That food is good, huh, Lou?
You already know.
Buen provecho, bro.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, the dollar index is showing the same, man. Arthur, the dollar index is one of the it's an important index that shows like basically the strength or the weakness of the dollar based off of, I think it's like 6 different currencies. I think the exact currencies, I'm not too sure, but the way I would use the dollar index is just kind of as a sense of confluence or just confirmation. If I want to see, you know, if I'm looking at FinViz and I see that the dollar is weak, and then I go over the dollar index and kind of have an idea. Yo, Jomar, this is one of the things we're gonna keep an eye out for when we start testing these US 30 sales and buys. So we're gonna be using this as a sign of confirmation for us.
Got it.
Lewis, how do you use the dollar index with gold? How'd you use it in the past?
One goes up, one goes down.
So while the dollar index is going down, gold is going up. That's how you use it?
All the confidence is going to gold. Dollar is up in the air. Fed rates.
Yeah,
Fed rates are kicking dollars' asses.
that makes sense.
I remember that. That's what I was told before. Yeah, if the dollar goes up, gold goes down. If gold goes up, the dollar goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Fed rates are
That's
tearing
all I know
dollars to
about it.
pieces.
That's to my extent of knowledge on that one, though.
Say what? Say what? Say what?
That's it. That's my little knowledge on that. That's it. That's all I know. If the dollar goes up, the gold goes down. The gold goes down, the dollar goes up. That's all I know.
It's a scam, man. Watch out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've never been big into trading gold. I like GJ better. GBP, JPY. The thing with gold is the intriguing part is like when you catch it on the right upside or downside movement, you're gonna be a very happy man or woman. Sorry, ladies. For now, does anybody have any questions or anything while I'm going over these charts?
I said, I'm learning about the head.
You said you're gonna trade gold this week?
Yeah, I want to trade gold this week. Yo, Lou.
Easy sell, easy sell.
Yeah, easy sell, but I don't think it's gonna be early in the week. I think it's gonna
Nah.
be later in the week.
They're waiting for Euro news.
Yeah, it's too much. There's too much influx with the euro and the GBP right now. That I was reading about the prime minister from the Great Britain and how they're trying to force her out. They're trying to force her out of the parliament. So they want to. Hold on 1 second. What happened? You won the points? Okay, perfect. Go over there, baby. I'm almost done. So they're trying to kick out the prime minister. That's why they keep rejecting her Brexit votes.
Yep.
That'll be interesting to see how this ties in with euro. I know a lot of us, we've been waiting for euro to go up. We've been waiting for GBP to die by now. We're waiting for the dollar to die as well. So a lot of this is tying into what we're looking at, US dollar, JPY dropping. We're looking for, the pound against the dollar to drop, which as all of you guys, if you haven't noticed by now, if you're trading GBP, JPY, GBP, AUD, 9 out of 10 times, they're going to make similar moves. Not exactly the same, but when the pound is weak and, she'll drop. As we're seeing now with gold and as we're seeing with the dollar showing us potential, I kind of want to see the dollar fail this zone here and start going down, which kind of ties into the fact of what I was saying earlier, where we can possibly see gold go up a little bit more, possibly retest this 1307 or 1315 price range, and then drop. That may be honestly our best price point. I'm not sure right now. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on gold, since I really never really put my effort and focus into it. But we'll look into that. Let's see, NZD USD we gotta look at. Yeah, she's consolidating, getting ready to retrace that big old drop. We just need to see her break back into the zone here. Trying to see a nice inverted form here. What pairs you like to trade, Lou?
I don't really have a favorite, man. I mean, I like stuff that moves with news too a lot, because there's a lot going on right now in the markets with volatility and people getting under the dollar, getting away from the dollar and flying into gold and crypto. So I don't know, man. It's sketchy right now to be having favorites.
Listen, if it's one thing, we chose the right market, because no matter what direction she goes, we're gonna make money. I'll tell you this though.
Is that right?
I predicted the dollar to be what it's doing last year. Me and my buddy Pedro, we're predicting that the dollar was gonna be in trouble. I was a bit surprised that they announced that they were holding a dovish position, like with the Feds. The Fed the Fed chairman, Powell. I was pretty surprised with that. I got caught with that one badly. But overall, like I think I said it back in February. We're gonna be selling. We could possibly be selling GBP all year long. You know, JPY is gonna be getting stronger, so we're gonna see the dollar get weaker. You know, we're gonna see cryptos we're gonna start seeing cryptos moving soon, like towards the upside. I think I was reading that Japan's largest bank right now is preparing to mine Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we're gonna start seeing a shift of power within prices on that. I hope you guys are preparing yourselves with that and buying cryptos.
My concern with crypto is the price to mine it though. It's high, man.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, if you haven't noticed by now, the way the mainstream media is they're creating fear so that it kind of goes back to that story of like the Rothschild, how they bought out all the lands with the French and the British people, and how they created fear amongst them, telling them that the British were coming so that they can buy those land for cheaper than had, you know, they not tell them that. So that's exactly what the media is doing to us, you know, like they're trying to get us to steer our attention away from crypto so that the big players can come in and do everything. You know, mining crypto is not the only way to earn a profit or a living off of crypto, you know? And I was reading about hedge funds who've lost billions of dollars in the crypto market the whole year last year, and they're still in profit from what that bull run brought for them. You understand? So I'm not that concerned in sense with what most people are paying too much attention to is the current price of crypto. I don't think that even if Bitcoin doesn't go back up to 20,000, you know, I don't think that it's a failed asset. I still think it's the future of currencies. You know, if you guys haven't noticed by now, I mean, it cost me $1.17 to transfer $10,000 in Bitcoin from my brokerage to my crypto wallet. You know, how much would that cost you in a wire transfer? Minimum $150. You know, so it's like that's the future right there, man. That is not being adopted or anything at the moment, but you guys gotta pay attention. The same way we're learning how to read charts on Forex, it's the same chart on crypto. You know, you guys definitely should start shifting your attention onto that. If you don't have money to invest in that, you know, make your money in the Forex market and generate your Bitcoins like that. You know?
How much you need to start off with that anyway? Just with the Bitcoin.
You can buy however much you want, you know. What I do, Arthur, is I don't physically buy crypto with my own money anymore. I just make the money in the markets and withdraw the Bitcoins from my Forex broker.
Okay.
So I mean that's my way of mining Bitcoin in a sense, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So but overall, man, like the main focus is just understanding the skill set that you're intaking, you know. It's the same skill set I apply in the stock market as well. You know, understanding how to read the chart, putting it together. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we're gonna be buying NZD this week. Conrad, where you at, Conrad? And Lou,
Hey, what's up?
you still buying NJ?
NJ, I wasn't looking at NJ, bro.
Who was it? Who was buying NJ?
It was Lewis.
Yeah, I think that's a good pair to buy as well this week too. I'm not a big fan of NZD JPY, but no, I'm sorry, Conrad. You were looking at CAD JPY.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, all right. Hold on. NZD JPY is doing the same. nice accumulation area. So we're gonna see.
Yeah. All NZD pairs have that same exact big.
Yeah, that was because of the interest rate announcement last week. So.
And I believe that all NZD pairs, or at least will retrace up to 50% of that big ass price action it took.
Well, it's already at. If you look at based off of the fib here,
Yeah.
this is 50% right here. So it's not that far away from it.
Yeah.
It's like 20 pips away, but you see accumulation here?
Yep.
Inverted head and shoulders.
Yep.
Right? You see the market structure and how on the last previous high, it retested here and shot up. Now it's going up. This is the cause. This is the effect, right? 1, 2, 3. You guys remember the Elliott waves, right?
Yep.
Not me yet.
Elliott waves, right? 0, 1, 2.
On NZD USD, it has accumulated. It's still been in accumulation. For NZD JPY, it took off a little bit because JPY was weak last week.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm thinking we're gonna be selling UJ too. Pull up USD JPY. It's gonna. Hey, listen. Last week was a good week. This week's gonna be an even better one in my eyes. I was actually last night I couldn't sleep and I was looking at the charts and man, look. Right now we have this inverted head and shoulders on UJ, right? But it's also forming this rising wedge here. So if we don't see it, even if we pull up our Fibonacci here, right? From swing low, swing high here. If we don't see the market break that 50% area, we can see it come back down to the 110 price range. On top of that, one of the things I'm looking to see potentially, what I want to see the market come back and do is come back and shoot up to like the 111 price range around there. 111, worst case scenario, 111.20, and then set up for its sales. Because this lines up with our zones here. So we need a retest of this zone here after the market made that strong push. Let's see. Yeah. That's what we were looking at. But and one of the things I want to clarify to you guys. Just because I say I expect UJ to drop, right? That doesn't mean that that's what we're gonna trade for the day. You understand? Like if the trade is setting up for the day as a buy, overall we're looking for a drop. It's kind of like where we got caught up on last time, where I kind of changed my bias based off of what I was seeing on the day, right? And what do you guys remember what pair that was? Was it UJ? Where UJ just dropped? Yeah, it was here. I had predicted right here. Yep. Yeah. I predicted here that we were going to see a potential of the market come down all the way to like 109,700, right? Instead, what we saw the market do was kind of range towards the upside, right? It reached a high of like 111.6 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 111.7 and, oh no, even higher, 111.8, almost 112 basically. And then we saw the market just kind of come down. The market has been failing to break this 112 price point. So what we can see is the market continue going up a little bit. If it does break past this zone here, then we can see the market make one last attempt to 112. And as you guys understand by now, USD JPY is a pair that this shit can happen by the end of tonight. You understand? Or on Monday. So especially with all this USD news coming up. So don't be surprised if we're looking to sell USD JPY, but we're currently buying the retracement back up. You understand? I'm not a person where I like to gamble so much on trying to catch both ways of the market's movements. But whenever I see the market do anything that I like it showing me, I'm gonna trade it because I trade setups. I don't trade ideas and anything like that. You know, I find my setup and I attack it. You know, especially for someone, you know, who's trading at a higher lot size. You know, when you guys are trading at a higher lot size, you really don't need to be in the market for that long. You know, 40 pips on $1 lot, that's $400 a day. You know, that's better than your average job. So
That's what I'm talking about.
That what?
I say that's what I'm talking about. I want to get to that level. Hopefully it'll be soon, just to get to that point, you know.
Jose made some good money, Arthur. He's gonna lend you some.
I'm open. I got PayPal. Okay.
Let's check oil. Say dual. What's up, man? Hope you're feeling better, brother. By the way, if you guys could keep Seydul in your prayers, he was sick this weekend. I had to go to the hospital, so reach out to him. Send him your prayers.
Feel better, buddy.
Yeah.
Woo. Where's my man Brad at? Man, I told Brad to buy all the way down here a few weeks back. Kept telling him, Brad, buy oil. Let's catch that. Wow.
Did he catch it?
I think he did, because he told me, he asked me this morning how to withdraw money, so I'm guessing he did.
Okay.
Yeah, man, look. Hey, oil right now, the best days to trade oil I've learned is on Wednesdays at 10:30. Make good money on it at that time. And the CAD. Anytime you trade USD CAD and oil together, very similar pairs. Let's see here. Where my oil go? Anybody here like to mess around with oil?
Anything that pays me, I like.
My girl.
Let's see.
Everybody's quiet in this group chat. What's going on over here?
Yeah.
You guys didn't make no money this week? What's going on over here? What the hell?
This shit is mad quiet.
Mar, I'm trying to learn this stuff, man. I'll try to tune in. I'll try to hang.
Yo, Furman's still hungover from last night.
Oh, okay.
I had a couple of Coronas, man.
He had that pulgante. That's what he had. Yo, it'd be nice to sell oil. If it hits this zone up here, what's that? Like 62.40. Could possibly look for sales. Similar to what happened here. You see this right here? See that consolidation? The consolidation, once the market breaks it, we sell it. It's about at 1,600 pips, Jomar. You'll throw $1 on that?
Lord Jesus
Let's
Christ.
do it, son. I'm already looking at some other stuff that we got to review, you and I.
Yeah, we're gonna back test the US 30.
Bro, I already got a trade for you on US 30. I already traced it out for you and everything. We're just waiting for you.
All right, share your screen and show us.
Let me see.
Let me use the restroom real quick.
Y'all throwing down. I had to come in. Y'all doing the thing.
Arthur.
Yeah.
This is your week, my brother.
I'm hoping so. Hope so. For real.
You already back, bro?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, so what I was looking at is at this area over here, this whole entire top area,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty much the distribution area. Now, over here towards the left, you have higher high points, but she hasn't made higher high points. So she's back up in this area over here. What I was looking, or what I want us to see happen is look for 4 touches. As soon as she consolidates, accumulates in this section over here about 4 times, look for a sell as soon as you see it happen. Because remember, your same rule works here. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. She moves once she does the 4 touches.
Yeah, that's always this is a perfect, very, very perfect pair to trade based off of Wyckoff and market structure.
Can he do that for me again, Joe Mark? Can you do that for me again if you don't mind?
Arthur ready. Arthur zoned in when he heard those 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I'm like,
boom. He said, ching.
I'm gonna get this. I'm telling you, I'm going to get it. That's why I'm trying to.
Now, guys, just so you guys know, US 30 is not a pair to play with. So it's a very, very high volatile. It's not even a pair; it's an index, by the way. Where you could only trade at penny lots, and that you can lose a lot of money with a penny lot. So it's not to play around with yet. Actually, me, JL, and some of the guys that are a little bit more experienced, we're gonna try to attempt to start trading it, but I don't recommend you guys at this current moment trade it.
Right. I just want you to show me the principle, to show me the boom, boom, boom.
So basically, what I was explaining was I was charting this out earlier before we got on this call, and I was looking for JL's strategy of the 4 touches. Once you make 4 touches and any specific accumulation area, it tends to respect that rule very, very good. As you can notice, I have it squared boxed in over here. You got 4 touches in the same area to the same zone, and she moves the opposite direction. If you go all the way down here, you got 4 touches in the same area, and she moves away to the opposite direction. You got a little bit of accumulation here, but she accumulated over here with 4 touches again, and she moved. Now, in the zone that she's in currently right now, which is up here, this whole area here, above here, I would say it would be the distribution zone up here. So what I'm looking for is, because she's entering this zone over here up here, is for her to consolidate somewhere here and wait for a 4th touch so we can try to short it to the downside. But you'd have to wait. This is one pair. You have to wait. You have to be a sharpshooter entry on this particular pair, so that way you don't get burned.
Hell yeah! If you notice, Joe Mark, that's a good zone. What is this? The 1 hour?
This is the 1 hour, because we're gonna trade it on the 15-minute, and you cannot be here longer. This is a pair you can only be in there for like seconds, because watch on the 15-minute how it looks. In 15 minutes, I can make 1,000 pips. Watch this. Well, actually, not 15 minutes, in an hour. From there to there, that's 3,000 pips in 1 hour.
Yeah, yo, I have not seen no one trade this with $1 lot yet.
Oh my God, are you crazy? Jesus.
Do you see that? From there to there, in about an hour, you got 2,800 pips. So very dangerous pair if you don't know what you're doing. I mean, index.
Index, yeah.
I mean, listen, look, you guys can't be afraid. It's the same rules, you know, like this.
It's the same rules, yeah, correct.
It's the same rules, no matter what currency it is. Like, that same thing happened with the stock I gave you guys, the stock I took a trade on. Here it is. Here's your fake out. Here's your fake out. Here's your retest.
It looks cleaner here on the 15-minute. What I boxed out.
$1 lot, 3,000 pips on $1 lot. That's $30,000 in 45 minutes. That's more than that, actually. You probably make 300K on USD 30. Cause it's paying.
Artist said, "I'm ready to go to DR."
Trying to go see them choppies. Hey,
I can't go yet. I got to put that on hold right now. I got to work this out.
you better start hitting.
I got to work
Start
this
hitting
out.
the treadmill, Arthur. You gotta go out there with a lot of endurance and
Well,
stamina.
don't worry about it. I worked that out. I think I ahead of that part. I can handle that part.
Yomar,
Yeah.
check this out. Look, last highest low point, retest of the highest low point. Measure that from there to there. How much is that?
From down here or from where?
From the box right here.
To there?
Yeah, measure that.
From there to there?
No. Measure from here to here.
Okay, do that again. From there?
You see this high point right
From here?
Yeah.
Yeah. From here?
Down to where the first arrow I drew.
Right there?
2,000 pips.
1,000 pips.
Yeah, you could have called both ways.
4,000 pips in a matter of a day. Because that's the 15-minute chart. That's what I'm saying, bro.
My God.
Man,
you gotta be a sniper.
We're gonna be sending pending orders on this shit.
You gotta be a sniper for this one, where you don't miss. It's like bullseye, one shot. There is no drawdown because you'll blow your account.
Mm-hmm.
But when you say blow your account, if you put a stop loss in there, that protect you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but you're gonna have to anticipate for some market movement.
Margin calls, boy.
So what I'm trying to say is that you on this particular pair, you don't want to have no drawdown. You need to be a sharpshooter. You just go in and it just goes your way.
Domar, here's the most easiest way to do this, right? If the dollar's hella weak, right?
Yes, I was just gonna say that.
If the dollar's hella weak and the US 30 is the top 30 stock market, top 30 stocks in the US stock market, all we have to do is pay attention to how the S&P 500 is performing as confluence.
Correct.
Make sense?
Yep.
So with that, it's very simple, guys. Here. Let me erase this real quick. Here. So we saw market structure from that sense, right? Here's the last highest low point here. Every time the market hit this price point, you can buy. Right?
Yep. The whole area there.
So it's like there's no difference to the laws here. Just understand that the reward and the risk are at a higher rate here. To catch a lot of pips for the choppies. Dean's over here salivating on like, man, we gotta put some 5 cents on this US 30 on the. Dean would turn that $700 account into, shoot. I see people. What is this guy doing? Like 20 cents, and he's catching the right movement, making 3 positions. 60 cents, he's making 12K. That's a nice payday.
And within an hour, bro. Remember, this shit don't take long to do it.
Yeah, we just can't get caught on the consolidation.
Yep. That's why you gotta wait. This is one you gotta definitely wait and make sure you got all the right confirmations. There is no buts, if, or ands here.
Yeah, here, look, check this out. Here's your head and shoulders inverted, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Yeah, I see that. Mm-hmm.
Right on top of that, for you pattern traders.
So that's turned into a wedge, isn't it?
So technically, JL, it does respect all fundamentals as any particular pair. We just gotta make sure we're on the money with it. That's all.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting project. I'm intrigued by it. I know Jose's ready to blow his account with it.
A seguir, pero ven acá.
Let's
I'm gonna have an account. I'm gonna have an account just for this pair.
Yeah, let's do it. But only 0.01s. No.
I know. 0.01 is good. I can make
Solo.
How much is 0.01 and 3,000 pips?
Pero los otros nunca contestan.
Like $400, $500.
Okay.
Pues llame a él.
No, I'm lying. $300. Yo, Jomar, let's look at some. Why don't you work on helping us with these other pairs? Let's look at what other pair we got? Let's look at GBP JPY. Pull that up, and then after that we'll do AUD JPY, and then what I want to do is later on tonight, like around 10 o'clock, let's get back on another webinar and see what the market is doing to prepare for this week. Again, since we're doing the market overview now.
Okay, you want to see which one again?
GBP JPY.
Okay. I don't have this one charted.
Let's do it. Who wants to help Joe Mara with this chart? Let's do an interactive analysis.
All right, let's see here.
Pick someone.
Who's been following this pair?
GJ, I think Dean was trading it. Let's see. Dean, were you trading GJ?
No, I wasn't. Just
Say duel. Say duel. You like GJ, right? Sebastian likes GJ. Sebastian just be waiting for the alerts. He just be like, yo, send them trades. That's it. Yo, Lucho, what's your goal this week?
What
would you be happy? What would you be happy walking away with by the end of the week? Realistically, and then give me like a out of the moon shot.
5% my account just started. Everything I'm doing everything fresh. So started an account at 1,100. Maybe 5% for the week. Maybe that'd be cool.
Now that you just mentioned that, I was just going over something with Luis and Jose earlier. Can I do something real quick that is aside from this, Jail?
Take it. Do your thing, man.
All right. So, who's here have seen CompoundDaily.com?
Oh man, watch out with that place.
You seen this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Live by it.
How about anybody else in the group? Anybody else in the group seen this?
No, I haven't seen this one.
All right. So let me use you, Lucho, as an example, Luis. So what did you say you're starting off the account with?
1,100.
1,100, right? So I'm gonna type in 1,100 in here so you guys can see. And you want to make how much you want to make on a daily basis?
1%, he said. So 5% by the end of the week. 1% a week, a day.
1% a day or 5% a day?
1%
a day. All right. We're gonna call it what, 90 days?
Mm-hmm.
A term of 90 days to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not gonna take out no money. Basically,
nope.
you're gonna just grow the account. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see what that gives us in the calculation. So basically, this website calculates what your money can potentially become in percentage, what you're trying to gain on a daily basis, And in terms of days, how long you want it to calculate it for, and it'll give you a calculation on what your target goal should be daily. And it gives you immediately, if that's your goal, 5% for 90 days, you're looking to make 11 bucks for the first day right here. If you see, if it's 1% on your $1,000. Now, I don't think you're going to be looking for 11 bucks for your first day, or for that matter, because it calculates on a daily basis based on percentage of what you're trying to accumulate or gain.
Right.
Okay? Now, I don't think that that's what you're going to go for. I would think you're going to be more, let's say, at a 3%.
Go for it.
At 3%, in 90 days, you can roughly have $14,000.
Oh my.
Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you guys, right? I'm gonna be real with you too, Lucho. I'm not telling you to over risk your account.
I won't.
Right? You're not gonna over risk your account, but you're definitely gonna make more than 5% a day.
Okay, so but this is if you got this. I'm showing you guys this. If you maintain strict discipline with yourself, you could potentially have what this is calculating. I'm gonna put it 5% so you can see what it looks like.
Bro, that's $55 a day, bro.
All you have to do is work on the first day $55, the next day $57. It gives you per day what you have to target. At the end of 90 days, look what you'll have if you potentially stick to the discipline.
Oh my.
It calculates it for you what you got to do on a daily basis, percentage-wise, overall on your account size. So if you notice, the earnings gained by day grow on what your target goal is because it's calculated off your new principal that you have in your account as you start earning money, and it calculates based on the percentage you put over here, whatever figure you put over here, and it gives you what your target should be. So at the end of the week, you should have this day by day, 55, 57, 60. Now, even that number I find a little bit kind of, it's very feasible. I mean, it's very easy to make $55 a day. But as you start compounding your profits on this account, you know, by the week, let your fourth week, you're looking to make, your account should be at $3,000 and you're looking to make 130, 140, 150 a day. If you stay disciplined and you stick to it. And what this kind of gives you an idea is, okay, if you already hit your target for the day, then why you should continue trading? You hit your target. You're at the longer you're in a trade, the longer you're in risk. I mean, in the sense of once you have it. So that's how I trade. So you guys know, once I got what I was looking for, I close and I leave everything alone.
Okay.
Yo, Lucho, real quick, to add on to what Joma was saying, what lot size are you going to be entering every trade on?
I won't lie. I'm going to be doing 0.01 to 0.05 for a while.
Okay. I would say just stay in the middle, 0.03. I'll be honest with you, man. You're gonna grow impatient with it quick, because you're gonna see the potential. I mean, over the last 3 weeks, I say there's been 5 trades let's see, not including FOMC where I was completely wrong, but let's see, I say about 5 or 6 trades out of 47 trades that did not go in profit instantly.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to manage your account, but I'm just saying don't be afraid to aim a little higher because you're going to have a lot more leverage on that account. You understand? I mean, Jose was trading with the same account on a 0.05, and you know, he was able to hold trades in the negatives up to 300-400 pips. You know what I'm saying? And then just catching the reversal all the way back down. So, I mean, in the end, all I want you to do is just don't be afraid to aim high. I know that we have to be cautious, but don't allow your cautiousness to kind of like step on your feet too. You feel me?
Oh,
Like
absolutely, absolutely.
no fear of loss on this side, man. Everything is confirmed with education and everything we're looking for is growth as a unit, you know? I mean, I tell you, Jose Furman, he started with $45 in an account. And right now in 2 weeks, he got that account to $90 trading on 0.01s. You know what I mean?
Can we use? You could also use Lewis's example. Lewis, he started this. When was it? Last week or the week before?
Yeah, last week with $150, and right now he's at like $700.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like I'm telling you guys, you know, like it doesn't matter how much money you have. I mean, I started an account with $100, and I built that account in the last 4 weeks to $8,000. So it's not about, and I'm not saying it to brag or boast, but just to boast upon you guys. Just focus on the skill set, right? That's always been my talk to you guys. Focus on the skill set, because at the end of the day, all it takes is increasing your lot size to get a pay raise, you know? So I want you guys to keep that in mind. You know, this compounding calculator, perfect for you guys to have an understanding what your goals should be on a day-to-day basis. You know, I know Furman was telling me he has a goal of $3,000 in the next 15 days. Put that in there, right?
Let's use Furman. So what is your account size right now?
$100.
Furman?
Yeah, $100. He wants to be in the next 20 days. Put 20 days.
And he wants to be at 3,000 in 20 days?
Yeah.
Let's see what 5% does. Nope, we need more. Let's go to
He needs like 80% a day, man.
What about mine? I'm at just accent. I'm at where am I? I'm at
no, look at 3,000. So all he would need to do is gain, let's say, 18% a day. Well, pretty much, let's say 19.
Yeah, I think 20 is good. That's what, $20.
There you go, 19% a day, and then here's your target, buddy. Starting day 1, day 2, and all you gotta do is check it off. Day 1, make $20. Day 2, make $23. Day 3, make $26. Day 4, make $32. And as you go, you'll have $3,000 in 20 days. Look, the math is broken down for you as long as you hit these targets on a daily basis. Now, it doesn't have to be on a daily basis. You could do it also overall within a period of a week. Make sure that your equivalent of this first week, at the end of the week, you have this accumulated correctly as well. You could also see it from that perspective, that maybe you may miss one day, but you could probably make it up the next day what you missed.
Yeah, this is exactly. This is where I got the This is where I got the $100K to $40,000, the $100 to $40,000. This is kind of where I got that breakdown.
Can y'all help me out with mine?
How much you trying to make?
I'm well right now. I have 1,900 in there now. I was thinking. You know what I was telling Jose? I was talking about trying to get 250 pips a week, but
50 pips a week.
250 pips a week. I mean, that's what was my mindset. You know, I said at least try to get that. But I don't know. I don't know what a good.
Arthur, the way the 50 pips a week, man, they do. I noticed that's being done on a trade.
So what I'm saying is at 1900, okay?
Okay.
I have no idea what to shoot for, you know.
All right. So, okay, what do you feel comfortable making? And let's say, what would be your goal for this month? What would you like to see at the end of this month? So we're in April. We're about to start April. Let's say you have a goal for April. Would you want to make 5,000 for the month of April? Would you like to make 10,000 for the month of April? What would you like to make?
I would like to, let's see, this is April, coming up April, May, June. If I was able to make 10,000 a month, I'm just putting it out there.
Let's just start with one goal. Forget about the other months. April. Focus on April. Let's get 1 month out the way first, and then you can move to the next. Don't think about May if you haven't done April first.
Okay.
Give me, what do you want in April?
At least 10,000.
All right. So you
If
want
I can do
10,000.
it. If I can do it.
And we want that in 30 days?
Mm-hmm.
5% a day?
No, it'd have to be 20 days because this counts business days. This is business.
No. Include weekends. No. You see that?
Okay, cool. Gotcha.
It'd have to be like 7%, Jomar.
It'd have to be like 25 days. You're right. So 7%?
I think at the 5% in 25 days is 10. Yeah, you see, 7% a day. So that's about $133 a day. First day, it increases.
So actually, 8% gives him 11,000.
Mm-hmm.
So he would have to make, this is his daily target starting day 1. So starting tonight or tomorrow, you need to start making these figures. Make sure you hit them. If you want to make 10,000 by the end of April.
Okay. So then maybe I need to drop it down to 7,000.
Don't be afraid, Arthur. You know,
okay.
my mentor used to tell me, when you fail to aim too high, is that you're not aiming high enough, you know?
Okay, I'm gonna stick with it then. I'm gonna try that. But I have to get that every day.
There's nothing worse than, you know, you aiming low and hitting your target. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I understand that, you know, we want to build consistency, and that is our focus. But aiming high and missing that doesn't get in the way with your consistent approach. You understand?
Okay.
I'll tell you that because there's no limit. The only limit being placed is what you're placing on yourself. You understand?
Okay.
This basically, so you understand how this works. This basically would mean is that your daily targets are here. This would be your daily target in order to hit that number you want at the end of the month.
Okay. Can you scroll down just a little bit on that one to the top where you put the figures in? Oh, right there. Because what I want to do is get that screenshot.
Just go to this website. Just get to the website. It's compounddaily.com.
Okay.
We'll type it in the group chat.
Okay, thanks.
Compounddaily.com. Everybody could just go here and play with the figures.
I put it on the website. On the website.
Thank you both. Okay.
So I just wanted to share that with everybody. It gives you kind of some sort of a goal. I actually would love everybody for the month of April to have a goal. I already set my goal of what I would like to make this whole entire month. I think that if you do place a goal in front of you, you at least know what you're working towards it. And when you do hit that goal, then you're more excited to hit the next goal.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think everybody should do this, and I would think that everybody should do it by tonight. So because tomorrow will be the first trading day for April, and that way you could track your progress.
Yeah, and post it on the chat. Let's hold each other accountable. For those of you guys who are on this webinar, by the end of today, you know, fuck that. Before 3 o'clock, everybody should have their compounded plan for the week.
Okay.
It gives you a target, and once you hit that target, if you're making a little bit extra, good for you. If you hit your target and you think you're comfortable with that for the end of the day and you don't need to trade no more, that's how I think you guys should approach it. And if you get really good and you want to continue to trade, that's totally up to you. But at least you hit your target, which is what I'm trying to kind of discipline everybody in here to do.
Mm-hmm.
And what I would suggest is just copy the bar and put it on a spreadsheet.
Okay, so we can get out of here.
Thank
Anybody
you all.
have any questions on this website?
No.
JL, we coming back here tonight, right? 10 o'clock, you said?
Yeah, 10 p.m.
10
All
p.m.
right.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
I appreciate it, brother.
Y'all be cool.
Everybody enjoy the rest of their days, and then I'll check in with you guys an hour before and send the link.
All right.
Okay. Thanks again.
All right.
No problem, guys. You guys have a great evening. I'm gonna upload this video right now and then send it in the group chats for those of you guys that want to watch it again.
Okay.
Thank you.
You got
Okay.
it. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye. Okay.